Hello there, welcome to 7Edition. I'm Shafiqa Rizali and these are your top stories. National Anti-Corruption Plan launched to separate government administration from political influence. A group of smokers granted leave to challenge smoking ban at eateries. And Bank Negara Malaysia launches 1 billion ringgit fund for affordable houses. We begin the bulletin with this story. The National Anti-Corruption Plan, NACP, will spell out the limits for management authority between ministers and secretaries general of ministries in an effort to separate government administration from political influence. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the measure is important to prevent the occurrence of any abuse of power, especially in 6 key sectors that have been identified to be prone and at risk of corruption at grassroots level. Speaking at the launch of the NACP 2019 to 2023 in Putrajaya earlier today, Tun Dr. Mahathir stated that the 5-year plan comes as a stark reminder and warning to current and future leaders that Malaysia and its people will not tolerate corruption because it is abhorrent.
Kita sedia maklum bahawa terdahulu Plan Integriti Nasional telah diperkenalkan dalam tahun 2004 yang memberi fokus kepada pembudayaan integriti dalam kalangan masyarakat. Malangnya plan tersebut tidak berupaya menyekat budaya rasuah, malahan ianya semakin menjadi-jadi selepas diperkenalkan sehinggalah beberapa tahun yang lalu apabila negara digelar sebagai sebuah kleptokrasi, satu label yang amat memalukan.
He added the plan also spells out the current government's commitment to bring all those guilty of corruption to justice. The Premier stressed that it is also proof that the actions taken on those who committed bribery and corruption is not one based on revenge nor hatred. Instead, this is because of the huge damage they have implicated on the country, and those contemplating corrupt activities like them also will not escape, and the punishment will be even heavier. The NACP was drafted by the National Governance, Integrity and Anti-Corruption Centre, GIACC, with the cooperation of government agencies and the private sector. The launch was also attended by Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, Cabinet Ministers and GIACC Director General Tan Sri Abu Qasim Mohamad. Now, Tun Dr. Mahathir also listed down the 6 risk areas of corruption as identified in the NACP document. They are public procurement, law enforcement, political governance, corporate governance, public sector administration, as well as legal and judicial. The Premier also said the 6 key areas, if not addressed, would worsen the state of corruption in the country, even more so than before.
Pertama sekali ialah mempertingkatkan keberkesanan dan ketulusan dalam perolehan kerajaan. B. Kedua, menginstitusikan kredibiliti agensi penguatkuasaan undang-undang. C. Ketiga, memperkukuh accountability dan integriti politik. D. Memupuk tadbir urus baik dalam entiti korporat.
Equally important, he added, is to also improve on the efficiency of service delivery. He further stated, out of the 6 strategies outlined in the NACP, 115 initiatives have been planned, all with the intention of making Malaysia a nation that is free from corruption. Meanwhile, Chief Secretary to the government, Datuk Sri Ismail Abu Bakar, said members of the civil service are twice as likely as others to get drawn into bribery, particularly those who are tasked with carrying out government orders and managing its funds. This was based on a study which showed that 40% of those detained by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) between 2011 and 2015 were civil servants. 63.3% of corruption reports received by the graft buster involved members of the civil service.
Rasuah merupakan musuh negara yang perlu ditangani secara sistematik dan menyeluruh kerana ia boleh menyebabkan berlaku peningkatan kos pembangunan negara. Ini sudah tentu memberikan kerugian yang besar kepada negara. Rasuah bukan semata-mata kesalahan undang-undang, tetapi juga kesalahan sosial dan peradaban yang boleh menjejaskan Malaysia di mata dunia.
He also said that the study conducted by the GIACC also revealed that many civil servants lack understanding of offences relating to bribery as stipulated in the MACC Act. US-based Global Financial Integrity in 2017 reported that Malaysia suffered losses amounting to 1.8 trillion ringgit due to corrupt practices and illicit outflow of money between 2005 and 2014. In another development, Tun Dr. Mahathir had insinuated that the East Coast Rail Line ECRL project may be cancelled. Without actually confirming the cancellation, the Prime Minister said that compensation to the contractor would be far lower compared to the debt incurred by the country if the project goes on, amounting to 100 billion ringgit spanning 30 years.
This contract may cost us more than 100 billion ringgit. It will impoverish us. So we seek understanding of the parties concerned, that it is not because we just want to frustrate or to throw out a contract. It is because we are really tight in terms of finance.
He also said the country is still saddled with huge debts incurred by the previous government and must therefore cut back on some expenditure. The Premier added that Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng would detail out an explanation on the project soon. Moving on now, a group of 7 smokers have obtained leave to initiate a judicial review proceeding to challenge the smoking ban at all eateries as enforced by the Health Ministry. The court, however, rejected the group's application to suspend the smoking ban pending the review. High Court Judge Dato' Azizah Nawawi made the decision in chambers when the case came before her for mention. The 7 individuals filed the ex-parte application at the High Court Registrar's Office via e-filing through the legal firm Messrs. Hanif Khatri. They claim the smoking ban is a breach of the federal constitution because smoking is not a criminal activity and it is legally valid. The group also stated that smokers have equal rights with non-smokers when they visit restaurants or other eateries and that the government did not provide alternative locations for them to smoke. On January 2nd, the Health Ministry issued a statement stating that no compound notice will be issued to offenders during the first 6 months of the smoking ban. Instead, they would only be issued with a warning notice. The court set February 12th for further case management. The police, through its counter-terrorism unit, will be closely monitoring the release of militant Indonesian cleric Abu Bakar Bashir. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun said the monitoring is necessary as there are fears on the revival of Jemaah Islamiyah (JI) activities in the country. According to the top cop, the police will be in touch with its Indonesian counterpart for updates on Abu Bakar.
Proses pemantauan ini memang ongoing yang kita perlu lakukan agar beliau tidak terlibat dalam usaha merekrut atau menghidupkan kembali perjuangan lampau beliau tersebut berkaitan dengan isu-isu bukan AS, dia sebelum AS, JI Jemaah Islamiyah, dan ada subgroup yang berkaitan dengan kegiatan beliau sebelum ini.
Previously, the Indonesian government had decided to review Abu Bakar's release, the mastermind behind the 2002 Bali bombing. President Joko Widodo had last week said Abu Bakar would be up for early release on humanitarian grounds. The Bali bombing killed more than 200 innocent lives, mostly Australians. The JI leader was previously sentenced to 15 years in prison after he was charged under Indonesia's anti-terrorism law in 2010 following his alleged link to militant training camps in Aceh. Meanwhile, Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi also said that the police would be setting up a committee to assist the Royal Commission of Inquiry (RCI) to investigate the Wang Kelian mass graves in Perlis. To date, it is still unknown who are the individuals that will make it in the RCI team.
Kita telah bentuk satu jawatankuasa untuk kita membuat persiapan bagi menangani bagi hadir dan memberi apa juga keperluan proses RCI ini nanti. I think that one non-issue lah.
On Sunday, the government agreed to set up the RCI to investigate the shocking human trafficking case following the discovery of 139 graves and 29 abandoned camps at the Thai-Malaysia border in Wang Kelian in May 2015. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said the RCI members have been identified and will be submitted to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong for consent. The RCI will then be given 6 months to investigate and submit a report on their findings. Police raided a jobless drug dealer's home at Bukit Prima, Pelangi, only to find drugs hidden in bras. According to Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Sri Mazlan Lazim, police discovered over 3.7 kilograms of ketamine wrapped in small packages and are not discounting the possibility that the drugs were meant to be smuggled abroad.
Kita jumpa barangan yang mana dipercayai digunakan untuk konsil, untuk dia letakkan dadah dan untuk dibawa oleh kedai dadah ke tempat lain. Tempat lain tu kita sedang buat siasat lagi lah, lanjut tempat yang dibawa, dan caranya dia ada mesin jahit ni, kemudian dia isi, dia buka contohnya bra contoh ni, dia isi dadah ketamin dalam itu dan kemudian dia jahit balik.
Besides the ketamine, which was estimated to be worth 125,000 ringgit, police also confiscated 3 air pistols and a sewing machine believed to be used to stitch back the bras with the drugs inside. It was understood that the drugs seized could accommodate up to 3,700 users. The suspect was remanded for 7 days until February 1st to assist in the probe under the Dangerous Drugs Act.
Kita akan bagi 3 press.
Police did not find any signs of abuse in the case of a 9-month-old baby boy who passed away yesterday after leaving his babysitter's home at the Manjung District Police Headquarters last Friday. Manjung Police Chief Muhammad Hanid Osman said the post-mortem report found Muhammad Firas Daniel Muhammad Nizar died due to a blood clot in his brain, adding that the report found no elements of abuse or physical injuries on the victim's body. Muhammad Firas Daniel died at the Raja Permaisuri Bainun Hospital in Ipoh at 2:49 p.m. He had been rushed to the hospital by his mother after she received a call from her sister that her son was unwell. It was learned that the babysitter and her policeman husband were the only people in the house when the alleged abuse occurred. The couple's 2 children were in school, while 3 other children whom the babysitter regularly cared for were not present. After the break, group FaceTime functionality disabled as eavesdropping bug caught in viral expose. Details next. Thanks for staying with us on 7Edition. Bank Negara Malaysia BNM has launched the Fund for Affordable Homes with an allocation of 1 billion ringgit to help the lower income group B40 purchase their first home. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said the initiative will help many people who are facing difficulty in getting a housing loan due to financial illiteracy, financial constraints and loan eligibility. The Fund for Affordable Homes and Rumahku portal, launched by Lim this morning, is targeted at those earning below 2,300 ringgit and would be fully utilised for homes under 150,000 ringgit, each in scattered smaller cities nationwide.
I think we have to think of creative and innovative ideas continuously, so that if there's a last mile problem, we try to bridge that. So this is the last mile problem. Everything is done already. Just their repayment ability doesn't fulfill the benchmarks and the requirements. So we try to loosen the guidelines to make it easier for them.
The fund is available at 5 participating financial institutions, namely AmBank, Bank Simpanan Nasional, CIMB Bank, Maybank and RHB Bank, with financing rates as low as 3.5% per annum. The scheme is available from January 2nd until the 1 billion ringgit is fully utilised. Users of the scheme must also go through a free and easy self-assessment called Rumahku, which is an online financial education course conducted by the Credit Counselling and Debt Management Agency, AKPK. As of November 2018, the total mortgage loans in Malaysia increased by 7.7% to 555.5 billion ringgit, out of which 70% constituted house buyers with properties priced below 500,000 ringgit. Traffic offenders served with compounds will no longer be given discounts, even during festive seasons. According to Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siew Fook, the drastic new ruling under the Road Transport Department, JPJ, is here to stay and aimed at bringing down the number of road accidents. Loke said this as currently the average number of deaths related to road accidents annually is 6,000 fatalities.
The reason why we do not want to give discount is that we do not want to give a wrong signal, a wrong message to the public that summons is that you can wait for discounts, so that people don't really bother about being penalized if they commit any offense. So the important point that I want to make is that the policy that we put in place is that once you commit an offence, then you have to be penalised.
He was speaking at the launch ceremony of Ops Bersepadu and Road Safety Campaign in conjunction with the 2019 Chinese New Year celebration in Dengkil. The national level Ops Bersepadu commenced yesterday until February 12. More than 10,000 personnel, including 6,040 from the police, as well as those from the JPJ and the Road Safety Department, JKJR, are on duty to ensure smooth traffic flow during the festive season. Also deployed to assist the road users are 5,000 plus Malaysia Berhad personnel. Meanwhile, the Transport Minister also announced that 11 more automated enforcement system AES cameras will be installed along plus highways, with its exact location to be determined by the ministry.
Our estimate is about 200,000 each camera. I don't know, the system together. Yeah. No, firstly, we did not ask them how much, because there's no cost to the government. So it's up to them to procure according to our specs, and then up to them to procure the cheapest procurement.
He added that all fines from the AES summonses will go to the government coffers. Now let's hop on to our daily segment Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. Tech giant Apple has made their group functionality on its FaceTime application temporarily unavailable as it rushes to fix a bug issue that was spreading virally over social media. The glitch lets you call anyone with FaceTime and immediately hear the audio coming from their phone before the person on the other end has accepted or rejected the incoming call. In certain cases, it also allows callers to see the recipient through their front-facing camera. The bug, reported by 9to5Mac and confirmed independently by the 7Edition team, has the ability to turn any iPhone into a hot mic without the user's knowledge, representing a major security concern for Apple. If the recipient of the call presses the power button on the side of the iPhone, an action that is typically used to silence or ignore an incoming call, their phone will begin broadcasting video to the initial caller. The step-by-step info on how to trigger the bug was shared by user Benji Mob on his Twitter account, a post which has garnered nearly 3 million views. The bug was then quickly recreated by people across social media. Apple said in a statement on Monday night that it has identified a fix for the problem and will release it in a software update later this week. In the meantime, the company confirmed it has started disabling the group FaceTime feature for all users. The bug works on iPhones and iPads running iOS 12.1 and Apple PCs running Mac OS Mojave, which possess the recently added group FaceTime feature. Now updated as of 7 p.m, here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Now, this is literally a sweet success story. A team of Malaysian pastry chefs have been crowned champions of the World Pastry Cup for 2019. The team, which comprises Patrick Xiao, head of chef at School of Hospitality, Sunway University, and contestants Otto Tay, Tan Wei Lun and Loi Ming Ai, emerged victoriously against teams from Japan and Italy in the final of the competition held on Monday. Malaysia was among the 21 teams that qualified for the final in Lyon, with each team made up of 3 competitors for each of the 3 categories: sugar, chocolate and ice. The pastry contest is held biannually in Lyon, France, to recognize the best young pastry from around the world. With the theme Nature, Flora and Fauna, the competitors had 10 hours to prepare 3 desserts based on chocolate and honey, 3 frozen desserts made of fruit, 15 identical desserts on plate, and artistic creations made of sugar, chocolate and sculpted hydric ice. The theme also introduced a whole new challenge where contestants had to come up with a 100% vegan dessert that does not use any product of animal origin. Japan managed to bag the 2nd place, while Italy came in 3rd. We at 7Edition would like to wish congratulations to the champions. When we return, mass fish kill strikes New South Wales. Don't go away.